Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another edition of The Mandatory. Remember, if you like the content, hit that like and subscribe button. Also, follow us on our social media channels. We're at The Mandatory TKO. You can also find us on the audio side as well, wherever you find your shows, podcasts. If you got a couple of minutes, leave a rate and review. Give us a 5-star because that helps the channel grow. And thanks so much for rocking with us this early morning, Tuesday morning. We do appreciate you for rocking with us. And remember, this is an interactive show, so please drop your comments because we will be getting to all of your comments. And it's a jam-packed show on this Tuesday because Jack Catterall, of course, this one's going to be in his backyard. He's a minus 255 and Arnold Barboza Jr. is a plus 200. How do you see this fight going? And Brian, do you feel like the line is pretty, I don't know, I guess, do you agree with it?
I'll be brief because this is your bag. Because I want to toss this back to you immediately almost. But I'll say this. I think we got a comment about this earlier that I'm going to pull up. But Jack Catterall being the favorite is no surprise at all. It's probably deserved based on, I mean, he did beat Regis Prograis, did avenge the Josh Taylor, not loss, but, poor decision there. And ultimately, while this is for an interim championship, we should mention WBO interim super lightweight title. So Arnold Barboza's first shot, and Jack Catterall's first since the first Josh Taylor bout. This fight is going to be in Manchester. So Arnold Barboza, who doesn't stop a lot of people, is going to be up against it here and is going to really need, I think, to really just dissect and outbox and have the performance of his life to get a fair shake, because he could probably do all that and still wind up losing on the cards, or walking away with the draw. Like, I think I'm looking at split decision bets. I'm looking at majority decision bets, because I think that's where the sort of value is going to be. If Jack Catterall just totally whoops his ass, then obviously it's just going to be unanimous, whatever. But for Arnold Barboza to give himself a shot, he has to have the performance of his life and preferably drop Jack Catterall at least once. And, I just don't know, because Jack Catterall is good. He's a tricky fighter as well. Both of these guys are tricky fighters. So I'm actually really fascinated by this matchup. And it's falling under the radar because of all the other noise we've been talking about. But this is actually a really, really good fight and close fight on paper that I'm excited for.
Yeah, and I think it's going to kind of shake up some things at 140 in terms of who a guy like Teofimo Lopez could be fighting next. This is going to be a very interesting fight because anytime a fight happens at 140 pounds, I mean, it's a toss-up in that division. This, to me, is I don't like the line that much, but I'm not mad at it. I think there is some value on Arnold Barboza Jr., but because this is in Jack Catterall's backyard, and they just love Jack Catterall, Arnold Barboza Jr. has to fight the perfect fight. He has to dominate. And here's the thing. I actually think Arnold Barboza Jr. could do that, but I think this is going to be a really close fight. I think it could be like a 115, 113 type of bout. And if it's like that, then I could see Jack Catterall winning, but I'm going to put my money on Arnold Barboza Jr. I feel like the way that he fought against Jose Ramirez was just spectacular. Like, that was a fight that I think a lot of people were taking Jose, and he made Jose Ramirez not look like Jose Ramirez. He made Jose Ramirez look like Jose Ramirez could be done boxing, because that's how he looked like in that fight. And I think we got to give Arnold Barboza Jr. credit. He's undefeated. They, weren't pushing him at top rank the way that they should have, but he has impressed. There was a questionable fight that happened last year that I think people were very hard on him about, because I don't think he won that fight. However, he came back, beat Jose Ramirez, and I think he gets it done against Jack Catterall. I'm looking at the odds, and I would take him to win by decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a split decision. But I do think that Jack Catterall does get hit a lot, and if you think about fighting style, kind of a little bit similar to Jose Ramirez in the sense that he likes to come forward. He likes to be the aggressor. He is really tricky, though, and he does move around the ring really well, but he also gets hit a lot. And I think if Arnold Barboza Jr., very skilled, he's a technician, I think he can give Jack Catterall some problems. And so these two guys are going to be in a very, very tough bout. Like I said, 115, 113, 116, 112. I feel like that's going to be what it is. I don't see any of these guys dropping each other. Maybe Jack Catterall could drop Barboza, but I don't see Barboza dropping Jack Catterall. Like, I don't see it. But
Catterall, Catterall got dropped in his last fight
That's
against
true, but
Regis Prograis.
that's true,
Prograis got power, but
that's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Prograis, like we've seen Prograis drop dudes and like stop dudes. We've seen Arnold Barboza Jr. essentially like end someone's career that was supposed to do better than him. In a very sad way for Top Rank. But like I don't think that's the fight that's going to happen, guys. Drop your comments below. Let us know who you got winning this fight. Like I said, I'm taking Arnold Barboza Jr. to win by decision. If you watch the show, I don't know why you think I'd pick anything else for this fight. Any other?
I'm for the record, I'm probably leaning Jack Catterall by decision.
Okay,
I'm gonna look at split decision and majority decision bets though. It's
for
just
sure.
it's like
I'm gonna look at a draw, dude. I'm gonna look at a draw.
No, me too. Awkward style, that overhand left. If he's landing that overhand left in round one, it's gonna be a problem for Arnold Barboza. Arnold Barboza needs to be able to get to his right hand like immediately.
But the thing is, I think he's gonna be able, like the way that Jack Catterall fights, it's so tricky, but he gets hit a lot. So it's not going to be an issue of him trying to close the distance or whatnot. Like these two guys are going to be going at each other. So I think Barboza, I think if he fights similar to how he fought against Jose Ramirez, but I think he's going to be able to figure out Jack Catterall. I think people are sleeping on him a little bit.
Yeah.
So those are my thoughts. Let us know who you got for this fight. If you're excited for this fight or you feel like it's flying under the radar as well. Bryan, a jam-packed show, almost an hour. Any final thoughts before we get up and out of here? For the rest of the week, we'll be back the following week, and things are just going to get busier, guys, because we got some good fights coming up.
Yeah, we're planning a post-fight live for the Riyadh season card, which would be our first one since we did David Benavidez versus David Morrell, because we won't be able to do one this weekend because of work obligations. And Shantelle has to travel and be important and get bread, so that's basically what's going on. This card, by the way, I just want to say this card is if you're not from the UK, I feel like you can just tune into the main event. If you're from the UK, you'll probably be interested in like Zelfa Barrett versus James Dickens.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not watching any of the undercard. Like if I'm bored on like Sunday night because there's no more football, and I'm bored as hell, I'm gonna hop on DAZN. I'm gonna hop on DAZN and like watch the fights at like night when I get back.
It's All-Star Weekend too.
That's true, but I just haven't been excited for All-Star Weekend in like 10 years.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I don't even like this new. I don't even like this new format. I'm gonna watch it. I haven't missed an All-Star since I was like 4 years old.
Yeah,
but like let me tell you how unexcited I am for this All-Star. And if it's gonna be terrible, like I'm gonna like be bashing it on my Twitter, like how I have the last 5 years. And the new format is trash. Are you excited for the new format?
No, I'm not excited for the format.
It's terrible.
Just go back. I'm not excited for the dunk contest. I'm not excited for the Rising Stars Challenge, which I'm part of me still calls it the rookie sophomore game, which is what I wish it was.
They should do that. Like, why did they change that?
I don't like what they're trying to do, but who knows? Maybe it works. I was skeptical of the Elam ending, and it ended up being great. I was only skeptical
for the Elam ending still.
What?
I hate the Elam ending. Yeah, I don't like it. I've never liked it. I understand how they implemented it, and I liked it because it was like the whole Kobe stuff. Great. However, I've never been a fan of the Elam ending. Never. And I know they do it a lot in international basketball. I'm just not a fan.
No, they do it in TBT. They do it in a basketball tournament. And there it works. It's also a different format, though. I think the 1 year that they did an All-Star worked.
Yeah, only that 1 year.
All-Star. Yeah.
Only that 1 year, though, because then they did it again and it was trash.
Specifically for All-Star, I think it's fine. All right. We have a boxing show that we have to wrap up.
Okay, sorry.
Champy. Arizona Boxing, #1, Team Benavidez, Team Ramos. Who do you have winning this fight, Champy? Arnold Barboza or Jack Catterall? I have a feeling I know what you're going to say. I think Arnold Barboza could win this fight. It's just, man, Jack Catterall's a tricky dude.
He's going into Jack Catterall's backyard, though. That's the only thing. Like, if it was on neutral, fair ground, I would still rock with Barboza, but I'm rocking with Barboza. I think he wins by decision, but it's in Jack Catterall's backyard. So if Arnold Barboza wins with the eyes, but he loses on the scorecards, I won't be surprised. That's all I'm going to say. If you
Jack
if you if you if you pick up what I'm dropping.
Jack Catterall, you could argue he's undefeated.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
that's true. Very true.
he's such a weird career arc. Right now, just I should mention this too before we go. Ryan, hold on, we got a comment from Ryan. Brian, before you leave, tell me all your bets for NBA. I need to send the farm. I'm too till right now. First of all, do not invest your money. Don't spend it all gambling. Um,
What show does he think this is? Give him the bets.
I'm trying to think. Wait, are you talking about for All Star Weekend, Ryan? Because that shit is a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Like dunk contest, 3-point shootout. If you're talking about that, let me know because I don't know if I could be too helpful
Now
there.
we talking about the games tonight.
Although I do think Damian Lillard could win the 3-point shootout again. All right. Method of victory. Jack Catterall is minus 140 to win by decision, plus 490 to get the stoppage. A draw, which you mentioned, is plus 1500. Champy says he'll go with Barboza, but it's close. Okay, so you guys agree. I think it'll be very close. I just think they're going to give it to Catterall if it's close.
Yeah.
Arnold Barboza by decision. Arnold Barboza by decision is plus 290.
I'm taking that.
By knockout is plus 800. I'd be surprised if there's a knockout in this fight, but you just never know. Do they not have split decision? They don't seem to have split decision here yet.
It'll come through like by Wednesday. Usually by Wednesday, they have all of the bets there. That's what at least I've seen on Prominent Sports. But the latest they'll have it is like Thursday night.
For the big fights, they'll have it like sometimes
Yeah.
like weeks in advance. Oh, DK. Jack Catterall by split decision plus 700, by majority decision plus 1400, by unanimous decision minus 110. I like that 700 split decision and that 1400 majority decision. I think those are both realistic. Arnold Barboza by split decisions plus 1100. That's all you right there. And then plus 2000 by majority decision, Arnold Barboza Jr. Majority decision, that one is like none of them give the fight to Catterall, so that's why I'm kind of like iffy on it. I feel like one of them.
No, one of them's gonna give the fight to Catterall.
There's a pre-made scorecard. Jack Catterall's winning this. Arnold Barboza has to win the other two to win the fight.
They've already written out one of the scorecards. It's already on the judges' table. He just has to take it underneath the table.
Ryan asked for tonight. He's like, I know you do this for Action Network. Stories too. I only have one bet tonight so far. I have Desmond Bain over 19.5 points against the Suns.
I'm gonna take that.
I have Desmond Bain.
Put your money on Brian's bets, y'all. Any final thoughts, Brian, before we get up out of here?
You know, I was doing all right yesterday. Let's get to a couple comments before we get out of here. Adam Hurley says, I hope Barboza robs his ass. I think he said Barboza, he thinks he's gonna win this fight too. Damn, we always get more people by the end of the show. Maybe we should start doing 2 hours. Joking. Jesus said, I mean, if y'all donate,
if there's bread,
if y'all donate enough, if you donate, we might do 24 hours straight. I'm not even joking. Jesus, Lucas debut. What, you want a reaction to it? I thought it was fine. I thought it was cool. It's just weird seeing him with Laker colors.
They were playing Utah though. You know what I mean? Like,
Utah's trying to lose.
I mean, yeah. I was watching in the third quarter. I'm like, I'm gonna stop watching this now.
Yeah, I turned it off after Luka's first third quarter stint. I was like, all right, I'm good. I could put on.
When they were up by 32, I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna chill now. Yeah, I don't think Jordan Clarkson's gonna drop 25 in this third.
Yeah,
you know.
But fantasy implications. I got Austin Reeves.
Okay, I have Clarkson. That's why I was like, he had a decent game. You know what I mean? Anyways,
nerd, because we haven't put one of your comments up. Thank you for joining. As always, Barboza versus Catterall will be similar to Pitbull versus Fierro, but in the complete opposite way. I don't know why that made me so much, but I know what you mean. Instead of it being a brawl that's evenly matched, it's going to be like a tactical bout that's evenly matched.
I could see that happening though.
Me too.
I could see it being boring.
1000%. I could see this being boring.
Yeah.
I could see that the first like 2 rounds are going to be like just a lot of feints. Be like, yo, are you going to go? Like, because they're going to want to counter each other, because at heart, at their cores, they're both counter punchers. So that's why I think Catterall is going to try to figure out ways to get to his overhand left and just immediately stepping back. Like, I don't think he's going to want to be in Barboza's range at all. And the same goes otherwise. Arnold Barboza, by the way, we should mention this. 72-inch reach in this fight. Jack Catterall, 69. Also has a 2-inch height advantage. Arnold Barboza does 5'9" to 5'7". So Arnold Barboza, that tells you he's going to want the outside. I don't think Jack Catterall is going to try to make it a brawl, though, to Nerd's point. I'd be surprised at that. And it's going to be a good fight. I think it could be, I think it stylistically, like, could be the fight of the weekend, just in terms of a tactical standpoint. Even though Baranchyk and Keyshawn Davis is a potential banger. But we'll see.
Yo, that fight's going to be crazy good. Like,
Good
I'm
weekend of
upset.
fights. We got a good weekend of
Yes.
fights.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good weekend. Guys, thanks so much for joining us early on this Tuesday morning and joining us for any live, dropping comments. We do appreciate you. We have our regular friends of the show, but we're always looking to welcome new ones. If you like the content, hit that like and subscribe button. Also follow us on our social media channels. I'll let Fonseca have the final words.
We will be back unless something else absolutely crazy happens this week, but chances are you'll hear from us next week where we'll recap what went on, and we're expecting to preview that big stacked Riyadh season card. See y'all soon.